Right, so setup-wise, I think for me, looking down the line is good, okay? Grip-wise, you're going to have a little bit of play about with that, finding again where your neutral currently is moving towards. If that means less adjustment with the club at the setup, or even none, as you said that last one, absolutely fine, yeah? It's getting yourself in a position where you're able to return this club back to the ball, pointing towards target.
How do I know that, aside the result of where the ball's going in, that could be...
You have to get a few samples for the shot. You have to sort of just play with that.
There could be other reasons, couldn't there?
There could be, but I think generally speaking, you've got to play with a certain grip for a game or two and see what you average and see what your general samples are, or come down here and practice it 30, 40, 50 balls on it as a feeling, okay? But as we said, the wind conditions you had last week where the wind was sort of blowing sideways and you got sort of pushed out of sync, you can see this swing here now as the club goes back. That club's moved back outside the edge of the mat there with the shadow, and your shoulders haven't really moved at all. We look at this one here now. As that club goes back, you can sort of see your torso now starting to move as that club is taken away. So when the club gets back to here now, the club now is working more down target line, whereas this one being sort of just lifted up with the arms, yeah, there's not really much torso twist there. Almost stops the body here now, and the arms are basically just dragging. Yeah, it's like you've been pulled around by the golf club. If we go back to this one here now, with the body turning, you can see now the difference to your hand position when so the club is sort of level with your chest, yeah? How much sort of lower the hands are and how much flatter that club looks. This club now is on this angle, whereas this one now is on that angle, so it's a slightly steeper angle into the golf ball, yeah? Now then, in terms of that continued swing on the way back at the top, club's in a good spot there. Now your body's turning nice as the club will go slightly further. It's not the worst thing in the world with the driver because you're making a good cold shoulder turn. But this swing here now, so the club swing is shorter, yeah? As you then come back into the golf ball, this swing now was slightly more over the top. Club at this point now, you can see sort of right forearm and the shaft, whereas this one here now is your unwinding. Right forearm and the shaft, yeah, they're a little bit closer, yeah? So the hands sort of level with kind of the left arm parallel to the ground, yeah? To the difference in those clubs. One's going, excuse me, one's going through your right bicep, one's up through your right shoulder. So this one on the right hand has a much better position. That club's able to come back down under that pane of glass from a more inside shallow path, square the club face up and release through the target. This is now sort of straight pulled on the left hand side. The last one you hit where you really got a conscious feeling of swinging more behind with the club, you hit that kind of 200-yard push draw, which it shows now you're able to do that. I would say playing with that grip today, go to maybe a smidgen of a tweak. But if it starts hooking and going this way, if your body's turning, I think you'll feel your body moving better or not. We can go to kind of just let the club sit down and go for it, yeah? Which long-term is going to be the ideal way of doing it, yeah? Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Excellent. Very, very good.